Uh-oh. No sound! I think I know why. I forgot to turn the sound back on. I hope. Yeah. Uh-oh. Okay, we got sound. Okay, I heard that. Heard the click. Hi, chat. How you doing? What's up? I'm coughing my lungs up, apparently. Let me get my chat down where I can read it without giving myself another crick in my neck or another pain in my neck. I already have 5 of those today. It was a busy day at work today. Hi, Isotope. How you doing? Alright, I need to log into Chaosbringer because she was the last character I played. This is the rule. We gotta remember what the rules are for Let the Dice Decide is in any subsequent episode, I log into the character I was on before and then I do the roll. And we're gonna bring our chat window up here. We're gonna turn on hopefully the correct file. Okay. Because I have another file that you're not allowed to see. Maybe I should close that file until I actually need it. And that's the file with all the codes on it. And I would like to point out, while I will not be giving one of them away tonight, I need stuff for other streams. Need to ration them out. I will be doing 2 more Isle of Dread Ultimate Edition giveaways at some point in the future. I am going to save one of them for DDO stream. One of them is going to be saved for DDO stream, and one will be given away here. They're not a raffle. You don't have to pay for them. Right here. So, kind of want to share the wealth. Help boost the numbers on my official show. But let me actually post in the Discord that I'm streaming. Let's see, we're gonna go to there and let the dice decide. Dice-eyed? Oh, I don't know. Dice-eyed? You know what? I might actually do 2 points codes tonight. I might do 2. Yeah, I think I might do 2. Because I do know that there's at least 1 official stream I'm going to be missing this month because of PAX East. Also, can I shove a hearty middle finger in the face of the people who decided that gas prices are going to skyrocket 3 weeks before PAX East? Thank you, you motherfuckers. And by thank you, I mean die immediately in decay. So you know how the Vulcans go live long and prosper? A long time ago I saw a cartoon in like Starlog magazine that was like die immediately in decay. It's the opposite version. You hold your hand upside down. So there's that. Anyhow, let's do a roll. As you can see, we got 34, 1 through 34. We're going to roll 1d34 to see who is going to be played next. With the caveat here, the caveat is that you actually might be hearing the fan. I have a fan going because it's actually kind of warm in here. So I'm going to turn the fan a little bit so it's not aiming quite at the microphone. Maybe move the microphone over here a little bit. So the caveat to Let the Dice Decide is if it has rolled something that I have played recently in like the last 7 to 10 episodes, then I will re-roll. Hopefully I don't roll 31 or 34 because that means I have to switch over to Cormier to play those characters. Emotional damage. Sorry, Lam. Hi, Lam. How you doing? So, one thing is I will be at PAX East this year. I do intend to shake down Cordovan for any freebies in stream giveaways I can get out of him. I'm generally pretty good about that. I am generally pretty good about that, getting freebies. In fact, I got some stuff out of him at Gen Con last year, which are actually pretty good. It was a card for a code that gave people a Snowy Owlbear, 50 Astral Shards, and access to the Tavern Tales quest pack. So that was actually kind of nice. Hopefully they do those again at PAX East, and I'll scoop up a stack of those. I always feel guilty, like, can I have some of those? Can I have a few more of those? It's like, can I have one for myself? But I didn't need the pack, so it didn't matter. I just gave them all away. Anywho. That being said, 1d34. And you guys will see the roll. And just to prove that this is indeed a real file that is open right now. See me writing, "Hi, Mom." I would actually not say hi to my mom. I actually don't like talking to my mom. Anywho, that being said, roll 1d34. Get the chat window up here. Roll 1d34. What do we get? 23. Oh, can't play that character. That was actually the subject of episode 2. So we have to roll again. 34. What do we get? 19. Ooh. Opulent Starsinger. Okay. We're gonna go. This is the Strim Tom Puss in Boots build. And this will be a fun character to play. So now I already know what I have to do with the file. Alright, let's go get to Opulent Starsinger. So the first roll was for the Arty Barty Warlock party. This one is just a Bard Rogue. We're gonna be Puss and Boots. Mama Cat, what are you doing? Okay, DDO, what the hell are you doing? What if I have V-Sync turned on again? I don't know, there's something about the character select screen that XSplit really hates. I don't know. So, Opulent Starsinger looks like he's already set up. Looks like he's got his bags. He just needs some money and a couple of hirelings. He doesn't need a trinket, so I think what we're going to do with him... Congratulations to the guild known as the Order of the Never Empty Mugs. Level 180. My guild's level 83, so... No, 63. Very big difference. Actually... Ooh... This character has the bonus reward ticket. Okay. I know where we're going. Actually... this character has no gear, and I know I have level 7 gear that he can use. So, look how amazing this... I love Tabaxi so freaking much. Alright, we're actually gonna go to the bank. But I'm also going to go to... go to the Hall of Heroes. I'm gonna move my file out of the way here. Let's see if I already have something in the vault that I can use. Hey, sexy lady! Okay. Somebody has been... Here, this person has been... Oh, Oppa Gangnam Style. Hey, sexy lady. Alright. Let's be a little less silly tonight. Okay. Now this character is a rogue. Game, come on. So we do have rogue abilities. So we want some frickin' thieves tools. So we don't need this many thieves tools. So we're gonna split. We're gonna make it a little split. Doop. How many? 100 should be fine. We're just gonna do catacombs tonight, I think. Not catacombs. Delera. We're gonna do Delera's tomb tonight. See, I have another 1,000 thieves. You can't see them. I have 1,000 thieves tools just sitting there. Okay, so... Okay, I have some 5s and 7s. Necklace of fireballs. Ooh, a speed booster thingy would be fun. Coughing my lungs out here. Fire Multiple Fire Guard. Strength 5. Actually, what is my build here? What am I putting my points in? Into Dex. I'm gonna lock the Thieves Tool so I don't accidentally sell them. Okay, so we've got our Hirelings set to be Frogo, the Muse, Teal, and Flower. Flower is awesome. Alright. What are you growling at? The cats are being weird tonight. Okay. Hold on. We're gonna do a loot check real quick. Oh, man, bag 28 plus. That is a mule character. Okay. Speaking of mules, let's go to one of my mules. 5 to 7s. What you got? Alrighty. Look at all these people. Look at all these people. Well, obviously, I have tons of stuff in my inventory because I have things in my... The way I do my mules is I put stuff in the 80 base character slot, character banks. Oh my god. It's so good. Okay, Socket Chain, Wizardry. Let's put them in here so I can know where they are. Alright. Clear water. Crown of Snow. Kitty cat, what are you doing? Insightful Dex? Yes, please. That looks like fun. Great sword, grab bag, switchblade boots, buff seeker. Yeah, sure, why not? Nocturne ring. Not really. I mean, the insightful fort would be nice. I feel bad about not using Lomazir's to-do list because I've met Lomazir. He's pretty nice. He's good people. As are pretty much everybody who works at Standing Stone. Also, if you didn't hear, I'm going to move the mic over here. Tonquin is back! I'm excited about Tonquin being back. Tonquin is back. Tonquin is back. Tonquin is back. This character did not have anything on his wrist, so he gets that. Ooh, that's a level 8. Can't use that yet. Crown of Snow. There's another Crown of Snow. Sigil of Stormreach. Don't really... Ring of Summer's Heat. Firelord. Ooh. Wouldn't work for this character, but there's another character you could probably use. That Defender's Mask. Insightful immunity to fear would be nice. Healing lore, yeah, we'll toss that in there, see if that works. Elder's cap. Intelligence +5, also good. Shaman's Beat, but that's the neck piece. We're not doing spells, we're doing a Puss in Boots, so we're a fighty character. That might be good. Reflex saves could generally be good too. Man, look at all this stuff I have. Okay, that's a pile of really nice stuff. So level 8. Ooh, Boots of the Mire, almost always a good thing. Yes, returning whatever. Nope. Double Strike can be good. There's a trinket, but it's a level 8, and spell pen. No, I don't care about a robe. War axe. Double strike. Okay, so we have some stuff here. We have some stuff. All right, let's go back to the actual character we're playing tonight. I never did finish my post. Because I'm a dingbat. Did I post on social? I did actually. Anywho. Well, let's go back to Opulent Starsinger and get him going. I can spell, honest. 6 levels of Bard, 1 level of Rogue. Let me go find the build. Tabaxi Bard Rogue. Let me see if I remember which build that actually was. Let's go to the DDO2's pile. And go to the Shadowdale listing. Opulent Starsinger. Okay, it was the Puss in Boots one, which is on the new Strumtom build? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, here it is. So this is eventually, this is going to be a Tabaxi 18 Bard, 1 Rogue, 1 Warlock, Dex Melee shenanigans. So I made the first life version. He made a multi-life version, I believe. No, he did not. So this character will eventually be wielding a rapier. So we're just gonna go all in on rapiers, apparently. Okay. So we have a starter rapier. It's level 4. Do I have... I don't think I have a... I know what we can do. Hold on. Let me check my storage for Pharaoh Crystal thingies. Oh, hell yeah. Let's get ourselves a Pharaoh Crystal sword. Yeah, we'll do that. That'll be fun. We've got to get our other 2 bags, so there's a little bit of setup we have to do. It's a little bit of setup. Let me check my enhancement 3s. Okay, I've only used 1 thing here, so I need to go... do I have a jumpy? Apparently, I do not have Featherfall. That's gonna be fun. Alright. Let's go talk to... couple of our vendors over here. I'm pretty sure I got the Dreads. Yeah, I remember seeing the Dread Tome there, but I don't think I necessarily got the Vecna stuff. And I'm pretty sure I didn't get Myth Draenor stuff. And then we... See, this is the downside of having characters that you don't play in for a long time, is you get behind on all the expansion shit. Hi, Nirvision. How you doing? I'm sorry if I mangled your name. I sincerely apologize. I don't like mangling people's names. People mangle my name all the time. My real name. Which only has 4 letters, and I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it boggles me that people get it wrong. Torchlight guides the way. Nice name! It actually reminds... I mean, I'm Opulent Starsinger. I'm good with names. Okay, okay, so I've already done Moorgrave, so let's throw all the Moorgrave crap away. So I should have the Moorgrave, Also, I need a little bit of money. Let's withdraw, oh, I don't know, 5,000. I still have over 10 million in the bank. So happy about that. Alright, yeah, we got Darlin. Alright. We don't need another Darlin. We don't need another Darlin. Go away. Don't care. Jude, why didn't you do this before you came to work? Alright, we're gonna put our Rana. Rana is the best hireling. Don't at me, bro. You know, I think this character would care about the magic of Myth Draenor. I think he would use the Book of Draenor. The Lamortia Book of Doom. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, we're gonna throw that in there. Throw that in there. We're gonna go... I don't care about that. I'll throw that in there too. Yeah, let's go get us... well, you know what? We're here at the bank. We're here at the bank. Let's do the bank thing. I do also want a Featherfall item somewhere along the lines. Hold on. Need something that can do Featherfall. It's up to level 7. Hold, please. I've got a bank alt for that, too. I am on the Shadowdale. Yeah, I got Featherfall out the ears. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, 1 to 7. Okay, and we're gonna do Feather. You're on Shadowdale. It is the best server, isn't it? I likes it a lot. Okay, so what kind of Featherfall boots are we gonna do? Are we gonna do something that's not boots for Featherfall? Because we have a cloak. Acid resistance is always good. Oh, wait a minute, it's level 32. Why when I say level 1 to 3? This game. This game! Okay, it's level 9. Oh, man. This is going to be hard anyway. So it's level 3, electricity, blah, 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 sonic resistant. That can't be a level 1 item. I hate this game sometimes. I also need to get some death block somewhere as well, so I need to keep an eye out for that too. Level 4, level 4, level 9. Ooh, it's got MC on it. That might be fun. Let's throw stuff in here. Blink. In level 1. I kind of don't want to use the Mantle of Gentle Descent. Mama Cat, what are you doing? It's level 4. Swift 30 is level 32, so we're looking for something with the numbers of Swift 15. Flowing Boots. They're all going to be so high level. Depth 13. I think I want to, if I'm going to do Featherfall Boots, I'm going to get like a pair that are Swift. So, Swift 15, Swift 15. Wire. I don't get you, games. Sometimes I don't understand you. I like these flowing boots, though. To level 8. Also, let's try to go for a possible ring. Not you. That way I have some choices here. Alright, we have a couple of choices. Good. Alright, we got a couple of death block items. Think we're wearing light armor on that character. Search for death. Ooh, death block with fortification. Level 6. We will put that in there. In level 4, vitality 9. DB bracers of constitution, that's always really good. Yeah, I knew those wouldn't be good. Can't use a shield for this. DB belt of jump. I'm sure that's going to be high level. It is 29. Okay, we got some choices. We'll go with those. Let's get back to the character. Ooh, somebody had the volcanic phoenix melt going on there. Alright, Opulent Starsinger, let's go. Let's actually get some questing done here in a few minutes. Okay, let's go look and see what we got. Look at all these bank tunes. Bank tunes are awesome. Okay, let's see. We are wearing light armor, so it's a good thing that I chose a couple of light armor options. So let's grab the armor options I was looking at and see which one works best for us. Okay, so we have Fort and DB plus 3. We have Evasive in DB plus 2, so not as good. We have Sonic MC DB plus 2. We got clothing with no DB. But it's a Dread Isle piece, so... But it's clothing. We need a little armor. Because we're going to be Puss in Boots. Okay, so it looks like this first thing that I was looking at is going to be our best choice here. So let's go with that. The rest of these can go back in here. Alright, looks like I already swapped out some of my items. I got the Walking Ancestors helmet already. Let's see, we swapped out... Oh, I must have done Irestone Inlet at some point. Because I got Yar's Magnificent Band. Ooh, that reminds me. You know the DM? The OG DM? People have been trying to find out who it is. And they have a solid lead on who it might be. They're not sure, but they found somebody who did some work for Ashrun's Call back in the day. And it's a solid lead on who this might be the guy who did DDO back in the day. That would be awesome if this was the right guy. Linen wraps, strength, proof, clumsiness. I don't want to take the penalty to Dex though. Ugh. Let's check the rock slide ring compared to what we have now. Shatter, insightful Dex, Earthen Guard, Mythic 3. Honestly, it's better than the engraved ring. Let's swap that out. Let's get rid of that. And let's get rid of those. Got the Boots of the Mire, got the Necklace of Venom. Okay, we got the same helmet either way there. I was looking at this, the Elder's Cap instead. Because a +5 to intelligence would be nice. I think we'll go with that. So I'm not really a charisma build. Alright, let's check out my goggles. Brass goggles. No, the Search and the Spot are better than the Wisdom and the Reflex. Alright. The Reflex is an only child. She's waiting by the park. Yeah, we're singing Duran Duran tonight. Okay, Iron Manacles. We don't have any bracers, so that's gonna be hot. Crown of Snow. Okay. Switchway boots, Bluff Secret, blah blah blah. Yeah, I think we've looked at all of these and we've got what we need. So I'll throw that in there for now. I don't care about that. I do want to grab this if I need a ranged item. I always like to have a ranged item somewhere in my pile of things. Yeah. Yep, these will be good. So I got 2 Feywild pieces, so I'm getting part of that set bonus, so that's nice. Okay, I think I'm gonna put this back in here. I'm not gonna use that right now. Double strike and stunning. Sure. Ooh, I lost hit points on that. Gained hit points back. And I'll keep the Boots of the Mire handy. Unless, for if I need to switch out for, underwater action. Okay, so we have a couple things to do. A couple housekeeping things to do first. Alright, number 1. Let's go get our little bags. Our blue and red bags. So we gotta go to the marketplace. The marketplace. And we immediately turn around. I say we're gonna use Mithran R1, yash. Alright, we've got to go talk to some people. Okay, we have our guild buffs, we have our Ginny buffs, we need our blue baggy. Thank you. Need our red baggy. There we go. Okay, let's put our blue baggy here, our red baggy there. Click that, click that, click that, click that. I forgot that I would get a Supreme Spirit Cake. Nice. XP boost time. Are those bound to a character? Yep, they are. It's fine. It's fine. The other one's a crafting boost that's going in the bank. Slayer boost, using now. Oh, this is a pretty cloak. Didn't realize how pretty this cloak was. It looks like just like me. What a name. Okay, so I can get rid of the bow. Yeet. We're gonna put this in here. We're gonna put this in there. I'm gonna get rid of that. Okay. What do we need to do next? A hireling vendor. Goodness, sorry. There. Okay, we need a couple more flowers. Flower. Alright, 2 more flowers, so we're good to go there. What was the other thing we needed to do? Let me set my home to be the tavern over here. Somebody named themselves Bregalas. They must love Quick Beam the Ent. Okay, now, what are we doing? We are... What are we doing? What are we doing? We got our bags, we got our hireling, we got our guild buffs. Oh. We have to go to... the hut from beyond. We need the cauldron, because we're going to make ourselves a ferrocrystal rapier. I thought I had one, but I didn't see one. Let me do one last quick check, though. That is such a pretty cloak. I thought I had one. I do not. I might have a legendary one then. Because I'm pretty sure I saved one, but it must be the legend. I like that robe that some person was wearing. And now that I've got some featherfall boots on, I can do things like this. Yay! And not go Chris-Plat. Going Chris-Plat is not fun. Can confirm. Hearsome is gone. Oh no, he's gone. Wonder, can you jump down here? Oh, apparently you can. Huh. Oh, this may be a short adventure tonight. Oh. Alright. We're done messing around. Alright. Rapier. And we want you. Come here. Okay, so this is gonna be +2 Feybane Destruction Maiming Crystal. With a red slot. And it does exactly the same. So, there, we got ourselves a nice shiny weapon. And look how pretty it looks. Look how pretty that weapon looks. I hit the wrong button. Look at that. It looks so cool. It is pretty. All of the Feywild weapons are really nice. It's a Fey crystal rapier that is brewed up in the cauldron of cadence. And let's go to House J after I use my enhancements that I just picked up. Because now I have one universal tree enhancement that I can use, which I'm promptly going to use for either this or... I can't use it for a Mist Stalker, which would be nice to have, but I'm going to spend it here. Save that, and I have 2 racial points now. Having this is actually a good idea. Hold, let me take a look at the build. So this is going to be a... we're only going to use the 1 level of Rogue. All other levels will be Bard, except level 20 will be Warlock. Why? Don't know. So this build assumes only 1 point in the Tabaxi tree. So I have no guidance on what to spend these other 2 points on. But this build uses 42 points of War Chanter in the Bard tree. 15 points in Swashbuckler, which we've already spent 11 of them to get all the way up here because Skirmisher, because that's fun. So we can actually get, if we get a buckler. Did I have a buckler somewhere? Then we'll be spending 13 points in Horizon Walker. And then 8 points in Vistani Knife Fighter. And once we get Warlock, we can get the Eldritch Aura. But for now, I have 2 extra points I can spend. Honestly, I don't know. I mean, I could take Dex or Charisma. I'm thinking I'm a Dex build. That would probably be a wise choice. Or I can go with the extra attack of Cat Scratch. Get an AoE right off the bat. With a 6-second cooldown. I mean, I'm not too worried about fall damage because I'm going to always have Feather Falling on anyhow. I'm thinking Cat Scratch sounds like the good play here. And I still have points to spend in something else. Yeah, might as well give myself +1 to attack. Why not? Alright. I know I had a buckler somewhere. The voice of Kyber. Give me the entire voice of Kyber. That doesn't sound like a powerful responsibility. So it said buckler, didn't say orb. One last look. I have 2 characters to look through this time. There's also the... Oh, did I get rid of the Fae character? I think I did. I think I might... Hold on. We'll check in just a second. But let's look for a buckler. Let's look for a buckler. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Hurry up! And we're gonna search by shield. Right there. Or, well, that's not a buckler. And orbs don't count. Perfect. Yeah, I got rid of the Loot Fae character. Okay. Okay. Now can we go and do a quest? You guys are so patient. By the way, if you have any friends who are DDO curious, make sure they use the Natural 20 code in the DDO store to unlock a shit ton of content. The only non-expansion content quest that's currently pay, or was paying, is the Tavern Tales pack. Did I go get my Hexbreaker? No, I did not. Because Druid is a dingbat sometimes. And by the way, I had such a Monday at work today. It was so busy. One of my colleagues is on vacation and I had to do his job. As well as the stuff I normally do for my own job. I'm tired. Yoink. There we go. Okay, so we got our stuff. We're aiming for Delera, so let's try to shotgun some Delera's tomb stuff. Let's go to House J. We'll be about the only people in House J who's not there to talk to Fred for either anniversary or non-anniversary reasons. I love this horse scene. It looks so good when the game is in like night mode like this. It's like, oh, it's the middle of the night and my horse's tail glows. Alright, Derek. What you got? Alright, before we do anything else, let me... get my cat scratch down there, and of course we can mark our targets. It's already down there. Blow by blow, cat scratch, un point. Swashbuckling is enabled. We have some spells situated. Precision turned on. We good to go. Let's go. No, I'm not running stuff on Elite. I don't need to run stuff on Elite. We're here to have fun. I want to chill and cause some trouble. Besides, I haven't played this build, so I don't know how it plays. Also, let me see what color is my gemstone, my D20. It's the wrong one. That's also not the right one either. Morning Sky is the best one in my opinion. Alright, let's make everybody active. Let's do some bard buffs. Do some heroism, some blur, and we already got boots. I'm not worried about it.
This Delera module is narrated by Garrett Gygax.
The tomb opens up into a larger space. The underground structure is much bigger than the surface entrance would suggest.
We're breaking all of the things.
The sound of the bridge dropping is followed by that of caskets breaking open. Undead have arisen around you.
Dun 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 dun. Alright. Let's go get our fur wet in this icky, icky water. Now the question is, will I get Delera's tomb done before nothing? Is it me, or did they always have this water texture here? Alright, before we get ourselves put in this little trap up here, let me start the giveaway, because we've been here an hour. Alright, giveaway, reset, giveaway. Man, I had a crap ton of people in the giveaway last week. But, of course, I was giving away an Isle of Dread free Ultimate last week. And I will be doing so again another time. We're doing points tonight. Can't give away expansions every freaking week, can I? Would be nice if I could. Open, and code is going back to the word points. There we go. Just put the word points in chat. To enter a drawing for one of 2 codes for 100 DDO points. We're going to give 2 codes away tonight for DDO points. Get the skellies, get the skellies, get the skellies. Always get the arcane skellies first, if you can. Mr. Sentinel. Blink. Alright. Look at that, I can heal myself. Okay. Let's got some loot. Ignore that loot. Flip the switch and go over here for another one. Nobody wants points tonight? Wow. Only, you know.
Immediately following the sound of the second bridge dropping, you also hear the less distant sound of a door slamming shut behind you.
Yeah, I'm the one with blur. Isn't that cool? Normally I'm fighting casters that got blur on them. Wait, we just came that way. We're going this way now. Next ambush, please.
The holy symbols of the sovereign host adorn the walls around you. This place was once hallowed ground.
But not anymore. No, right. There's a trap! Oh my god, it's a trap! Alright, I have had a little bit too much sugar, and I have a lot of energy and stress to get out. So I'm gonna be a little weird tonight. Ooh. Ooh. And of course they're all gonna run through the damn trap, because that's what hirelings do. Here, you all do that. I'm going to search for the trap. Ow! Stop it! Yay! Got a 17. Ooh, Mysterious Remnant. Gimme, 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 gimme. By the way, I happen to find some Mysterious Remnant pots, including some Sovereign pots, and you know, I'm gonna have some fun with that shit. It's gonna happen. Monoflare wants points. Amaref wants points. Because everybody can use points. I do like being my own trapper. I do like being my own trapper until I run one of the quests where the trap box is on the other side of the trap. But these early quests where it's on this side of the trap, look at that. Succeeded on a roll of 2. 2. I'm just that damn good. I could have had Frogo open the lock. I didn't care. More goddamn greater arcane skeletons! Kill scorpion, kill the scorpion, kill the scorpion! Okay. Got some loot worth absolutely freaking nothing. But that's okay. That's alright, that's okay. Just turn the page. All of a sudden I got a Motley Crue song stuck in my head. So what's the other good news? Well, there's some good news on the Lotro side with housing. Scenario is going ham. Tonquin is replying to other bug fixes. And Cordo replied this afternoon on the forums that they are going to fix the Scorching Ray bug, where it is overtuned on the baddies. The baddies are now using the player version of that spell, which Standing Stone was intending to buff our version of the spell, and the baddies got it too. They're going to fix that shit. I'm happy, and they say it should be fixed in the game update this week. Happy. And Tonquin has been going ham on the bugs. So, yeah. It is so great to have Tonquin back on the team. Because he's good people. And hopefully, I'm hoping he'll be at the PAX East meetup. So, I'm sure if he is, he's going to get mobbed with everybody going, "Oh my god, it's so nice to have you back!" And that is not to disrespect anybody on the team at all. Everybody on the team is awesome. But having Tonquin back is just a little bit of extra gravy on top of that. Alright. We got locked door, and this direction. Yeah, that's the way. I didn't do that. It wasn't me. mommy cat. What are you doing? I think Froggo is happy that he doesn't have to do any of this. Then he could just be out here and he could just be like a rogue who does damage. He doesn't have to do any trapping, step into anything. Misty Remy's. That was with a 19. That was almost a natural 20. There's some more Misty Remy's. Everyone's here for the point scouts, because everyone can use points. I mean, I could use points too, after I just dropped 3,000 points recently. Basically 995 points 3 times to rename my main to my off-main's name and vice versa. Because it's not that you just need to rename one of the characters. You have to rename the one character to free up the spot, and then rename the second. Oops, damn it. That was dumb. Rename the second character to take the first character's name, then to rename the first character to take the second character's name. It's a trap! Are we good? Alright, let's go. Can I say I hate this entire set of passageways? I hate this entire set of passageways. I'm just saying. I don't know why some of them work and some of them don't. So there. Ooh. Road Racer's in and Os Texter is in. Everybody's coming to visit. Everybody's cool. How you doing? Right, y'all do that. I'm gonna do this. Yoink. You did visit my Lotro stream. And I appreciate that a lot. I don't even have cool things to give away on Lotro stream. I'm still waiting to hear back to see if I will get in their content creator program. I don't expect I will necessarily. But we'll see. We shall see. You knew that. I knew you knew that. Ambush! Ooh, free chest. Give me free loot. I would always take free loot. And I get +1 thieves tools. How cheap. I'll take the silver pieces though. Hell yeah. And the dragon shard fragments? Sure. I don't know why these darts are so good. And 3 more. Why not? Okay, I believe, yeah, we're done with all but the very last little segment. So, let's go back to the shrine in the back corner. Get my spell points back. Oh, hey, and maybe clear out this passageway while we're here. Yep, there we go. Everybody rest now. Support is indeed support. And it is very much appreciated. Blur. Not the band Blur. Storm Lost, what are you doing? I know you're causing trouble somewhere. Storm Lost. Stormloss is playing with something. She's being very loud about it in the other room.
You notice a note on the floor near a mangled body there. A chill passes through you as skeletons rise behind the bars at the sides of the room. They don't look entirely solid.
I think there's only been one time where I actually went back and did the optional to get all 40 ghastlies. Yeah, no. Not happening. Hi. A heavy pick? I don't think I've ever seen that heavy pick drop before. So that's new. But it's way too much to get all 40, 32 remaining ghostly skeletons. For the amount of time you spend, the amount of XP you're doing, it's like, it ain't worth it. No, they left my party. Storm Lost, what are you doing? Storm Lost. She's so big. The one good thing about daylight saving is that now I wake up before she does, and I don't get awakened by her attacking my feet. that has been what's been happening the past few months. She's gotten used to when I wake up, or when she thought I woke up, and now I'm getting up an hour earlier, and so she's not sure what to do about this. Alright, we got some soul locks. No, is this the soul locks one, or is it the next one? Jail's journal.
You notice a rusty lever behind the grate to the side of the hallway.
Maybe someday we'll figure out who this guy is. I'm excited that they may actually have a lead on who it is. But what would really be definitive is if they could get a hold of some of the Asheron's Call documentation from the folks at WB Games. And see if they could find the name somewhere in those records. Wouldn't that be cool? I wonder if I'm sure they know somebody who works at WB Games who might be willing to help them find it. I don't know. Alright, we need to open that. Oink. Maybe that is it. No, we want to leave that on. I started Mama Cat. Leave it on. Leave it on. Do 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 do. Leave it on. Leave it on. Alright. Surprised the dudes down there haven't spawned in yet. Okay, we need to get this door open. And I forgot to flip the switch up top. Alright. They did again. Okay, here's the trick to doing this one. Park a hireling right here. Yeah, make him stand. Stay. Then you go in here and you tag the res shrine. And you're gonna do a little swimmy mix swim. I'm actually gonna do a little swimmy mix swim. I'm gonna cheat by using a pair of boots that give me underwater action. Then you get all the way as far as you can. And then you have your hireling try to use the shrine, which obviously fell out of my focus. This is why I'm glad I would put on my underwater action boots. Whew. I apologize. I don't mean to yawn at you like that. Welcome in, Shield Wolf. And that way, my hireling went to go use the res shrine, which she didn't actually need. But by doing so, she wound up running over that little steppy thing, the little pressure plate. Alright, nobody knows what to do. Follow me! You shall not pass! Why am I so yawny tonight? Chat, why am I so yawny? I'm gonna blame daylight saving time, even though by the rules of daylight saving time it's technically 8:43, 8:49. Ooh, a free chest out of that guy. We're just playing wiffle ball over here. Whiff, 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 whiff. I think I got some Remmies here. I got a box of loot. With more Remmies in it. Pandemonium. Da, 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 da. Pandemonium. And another chest out of that guy. That is so rude of me to be yawning like that. And now we'll actually go use the shrine in that other room. Everybody rest now. Do 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 do. Making sure I'm not missing nothing. Alright, looks like we're good. Let's keep going. Everybody buff now. Alright, let's put our featherfall boots back on. We won't need the swimmy boots for a while. Game. Game be lagging. I be lagavulin'. So far I'm finding this build to be pretty fun. Not really feeling too much of a loss. Except maybe some packet loss there. Holy crap. I don't know, but I am feeling really tired. I might actually call it early tonight and not complete the entire Delera's 2 set. If I don't get it all done tonight, I'll probably do it off camera so I have my thing for this character. Blessed of the Master. And yeah, this is one of those quests where you can't... I mean, after the quest where you can destroy all these things, this quest you can't. Standing Stone Patrolling. Though this was a Turbine era quest, of course. Alright, let's go follow the hires for a minute, kill some dudes, and then come back on down. And they're still going. I think they only fire once. Question mark? I survived the trap! Three more guardians to kill, and one of them's in this room. Let's go get him. Did I say room? I meant passageway. Ooh, free bow to him too. Ooh, swift boots of diversion. Look at that. Got some speedy boots that I can't use yet. One Omarin Guardian left. And it's going to be the last one. The one that's named after her. So, stream schedule for the rest of the week. I'm off tomorrow and Wednesday. Should be back Thursday evening playing a random game. Likely to be either WoW or Dune. Then Friday, I will be playing Lotro on Lotro stream, but at my usual 3 to 6 time frame. And will not be doing a second stream Friday evening, but will be doing a stream Saturday evening. So that'll be fun. And then next Sunday I'll be back here. Well, not back here. I'll be on DDO stream, where I'll be. He dealt with the ambush while I dealt with the trap. So good. I always forget there's actually nothing in there. Don't forget, we got a points code giveaway going on here. Going to give away 2 separate codes for 100 DDO points each to 2 lucky winners. So each winner gets 100 points. Going to be doing the drawing here in a little bit. I think I might actually take it early, an early stream tonight, early night. Because I am super duper tired. Alright. Who wants to do the levers? How about the Feywild Muse this time? Stay here. Hold that. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Oh yeah, I definitely need the shrine. Everybody shrine now. Let's keep going. Help it up! It's me! Alright. Let me double check something here real quick. Alright, let's get our stuff. You know, those greater arcane skeletons would probably live longer if they didn't have that ginormous green globe around them. Because that's basically like a big old kick-me sign. Like, it's targeting them. It's like, you know you need to kill them first. If he didn't have that big green globe around him, I wouldn't probably notice him anywhere near as much. And I wouldn't, like, focus fire on him. And so he could do way more damage if I'm not paying attention to him. Just saying. Am I right? Ooh, freebies. I love running Deleras with a cleric, or as a cleric, and just running through and turning and destroying all the undead. It's so much fun.
You have recovered Jail's journal,
Yay!
which describes the last moments in the church's investigation.
We get some stuff, finish our quest, see how our bags are. Yeah, we need to go clear our bags first. We'll go to that in just a second. I would like to trade. I'd like to also repair my stuff. Alrighty. La da 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 dum. Actually, I'm not gonna keep those. I have a whole pile of other boots and stuff. Not even gonna keep the thieves' tools because they're only +3s. Alright, I also have a couple of spell action points to spend. Come on, game. I want to play with my action points. There we go. Alright. Let me go back and look at my stuff here. Okay, we're not really building up in Horizon Walker yet. We have the choice of we can do Song of Heroism. Good evening, Ravenwolf. But we have a lot more stuff that we can do before we get there. So, got Core 2 weapon training. Tier 2 Arcane Shield Chant. I'm thinking Words of Encouragement might be it. Oh, this is it. But why can't I pick it? Tier 3 High Spirits. Do I need to take Enchant Weapon first? I shouldn't have to. I am very baffled by this. It feels like I should be able to pick this. Except, oh, I see why it's already filled in. Darn, I'm an idiot. Okay, High Spirits, Tier 3. Okay, and we already have one in there. So we're going to put 2 more points in there. Alright. Typing's not your thing tonight? Well, there, you got it the giveaway. You got that. So that's the important thing to type, right? Alright, back to some more Delera's goodness. There's 3 more quests in the chain, not counting the short go talk to Delera quest. Free Delera! I don't have the jump to get up there. And this is why you get a ranged item. I don't think I can jump around that pillar. Let's see. Nope. We'll get it on the other side. Yoink. Oh, you sweet hirelings. That guy shoots like a Star Trek red shirt. No, I'm sorry. He shoots like a stormtrooper. Come here. Alright, first soul lock time. I love how it says there's danger here. And you can find it. But it doesn't actually do anything. Open up! Give me stuff! Give me remnants.
A bright flame flares upwards as the first soul lock is opened.
I mean, you gotta have Gary Gygax in your D&D game, right? Him and Dave Arneson. But sometimes I wish they hadn't. Because for me, Gygax is... Yeah, he's the founder, co-founder of D&D. But he actually was not very fond of ladies being at the table. So, I'm kinda not a big fan of the guy, you know? Gotta think. Since I'm on my own channel, I can say shit like this. And I have to say that part of the thing is that I really can't stand to listen to him. And there's a reason why. And it has nothing to do with him himself. And I acknowledge that. I understand that. It's just my lizard brain really hates the Lake Geneva, Wisconsin accent because somebody that I used to know has the same accent. I also need to use the shrine back here. And he was a bit of a dick. And he liked to serially sexually harass women at conventions that I used to go to with a comedy music fandom. Very small time compared to, like, you know, a big convention or anything like that. And it was bad enough that because of this guy, one of our sweetest and kindest and most bubbly musical performers, who would be like a guest of honor sort, didn't want to attend the convention. Because of his behavior. And complained to the con chair. And the con chair kind of blew it off. And part of the problem was this guy was like besties with two of the other comedy music performers, two of the big names in the scene, including, like, you know, one of the movers and shakers behind these conventions and getting stuff organized, etc., etc. And it's like, well, what do you do? No, they're not taking it seriously. They think it's not that big of a deal. They think, oh, it's kind of it's unfortunate that this nice person doesn't want to come to our convention because of this other person. But this other person, he promises to do better. Meanwhile, dude was openly cheating on his wife at the convention, and everybody knew about it because he brought his girlfriend, his mistress, to him with the convention, and had his daughter there with his wife's his kid. So philosophically, I'm like, fuck that noise. And because nothing was done, like, he wasn't banned. He was spoken to like once and told, oh, just don't do it again. And did he do it again? Yep. And I'm like, this isn't good enough. And so I don't hang out with those people anymore.
Two soul locks are now open.
You know, it's one of the worst things on this planet right now is to be somebody of principle. Is to stand on your principles. Well, shit. And to choose to give up something you enjoy for the sake of being a principled being, to have ethics, and to think that maybe one should be a decent person and, I don't know, not sexually harass people. But I guess in this day and age, you do shit like that and you get promoted. Or you get political office, nobody cares. And this was years ago, well before the current clusterfuck that's going on right now. Did I forget a switch or something? I was supposed to throw a switch. Was I supposed to throw a switch? Because I was ranting about things? No, that was opening this door. Never mind. So it's like you have to give up the things that you like, that you enjoy, just for the sake of not being around that kind of poison. Meanwhile, the popular kids get to still be the popular kids. And, yeah, everybody, you know, just gives them a break. And as far as I know, he's still hip deep in all those, in that group. They're all still hanging out and everybody's cool. And again, this group also used to call me a nickname that I had used for some time, but then I changed my nickname. I, you know, took on my brand name of Druidsfire, and I said, please call me Druidsfire. You know, don't call me this old name. And they would consistently dead name me anyway. So it's like, yeah, these people are not actually my friends. They were happy when I was running the merch table, because I did it and did it pretty damn well. And they didn't have to do it. But then they would also, I also had to fight for the people who worked on the merch table. Because everybody else would like, oh hey, we're done with the shows. We're gonna go out to dinner. And we still had like an hours of work to put away the merch table and to do all our, you know, stuff, and everybody else was wanting to go out and do party. And we're like, can you wait for us? And they're like, no. There are a lot of queer fans who notice that Harry Potter lives in a literal closet until puberty age, whereby he literally comes out, and a lot of people identified with him on the basis. And then Joanne did a Joanne. That's a whole ass thing. Dang. You always want to go back there and get that chest if you can before you get to here, unless you got a really good jump, because otherwise you're gonna be sad if you're a loot goblin like me. I used to love Harry Potter. It used to be so much fun. I used to actually run mushes based on that game, or on those books. And I still have the books, I just haven't gotten rid of them yet. I haven't decided what to do about that. But it's much less of a... That means I have to dig out my whole library and clean the entire library more than... It's me being lazy rather than, you know, taking a stand and saying, you know what, I'm going to get rid of these books. And I would probably take them into the backyard and throw them in a fire pit before I do anything else with them. But that also sends another message I'm not too comfortable with.
2 more locks, and Delera will be released.
They'll be released! I would probably just throw them in the trash, honestly. 'Cause I wouldn't want anybody else to have those books. I think I would actually probably deface them before I threw them in the trash. Like, right, this lady, this author is a horrible person. Don't read her books. There aren't too many authors I would say about that. You love the Belgariad, as cliche and tropey as it was. I don't think I've ever read the Belgariad. The author and the wife co-author went to prison for child abuse. Yeah, I heard about that. Okay. Yeah, I've heard bad things about Marion Zimmer Bradley, and I haven't actually read The Mist of Avalon. There's a lot of things I haven't had time to read. Thankfully, one of my favorite authors, Anne McCaffrey, was not ever reported to have such horrible tendencies and beliefs. She's just a cranky old lady who liked to run over people with her scooter. Speaking as somebody who almost got run over by her, in her scooter at Dragon Con. And while she was telling me to get out of her way, I'm like, okay. I got a shield. And this is why you don't pop all of these things at once on Hardcore League. Alright, now let's get all these butt heads up here. Did I pick that up? I did. Come on, y'all, let's go. Yeah, hit him. Oh man, just as I jumped down. Alright. It's only copper, but hey, it's only copper. Oh, forgot these. You guys go get him. I'm staying up here. I'm gonna go get the Soul Lock Guardian. I'm not being tricked again.
You hear the whispers of a faint female voice as the fourth seal is opened.
Ooh, free chest. Alright, we'll get those guys and then hit the shrine. Alright, stop shooting at me. We're almost done here. And then I will do the giveaways. Again, we're going to give away 2 separate codes to 2 lucky people. And then we'll get out of here. Okay, the Muse again did not want a shrine because the Muse apparently hates shrining half the time. Alright, we're good. Let's do our buffs. Yep, sometimes they forget to shrine. It is what it is. You just have to be careful and pay attention to see if they updated their stuff or not. You generally knows how 3-star bro. Yeah, been there, done that. That's how it always is. Loot. Just a little bit of lag. Now that we jumpy McJump. Okay. Let's get Delera
Feel
free.
the room's temperature fall rapidly as the last soul lock is opened. Delera has been released.
I always wonder if the little hop these skeletons do when they hop away to get out of danger, if it's the same sort of hop that the dinosaurs use in Isle of Dread. I wonder sometimes. We got her! Oh, we got him. Hi, Delera. We'll get some stuff. Okay. Go get our chain reward. Not run this quest chain in quite a while. I generally try to run it every time I start off a new character who's level 7 or thereabouts, just to get them their voice of the master. Okay, that being said, we have a couple of giveaways to do. So let's get that done real quick and see what's what. So, last chance to get into the giveaway. It is the word points in chat to get entered, and it's going to be for one of two separate codes for, there you go, 100 DDL points, one each. Alright, let's move that out of the way. Let's get this in the way. So I have the codes ready to go. And hi Burnham, hurry up! Put the word points in chat. There we go. Alright. And we're doing 2 drawings here. 2 different people are gonna win. Isotope! And Shield Wolf. Alright. Somebody new. Somebody who's been here before. So let me get you going, Isotope. Let me get your whisper going. And let me get your code here. Boop. Alright, that code goes bye-bye. And let me get Shield Wolf. Let's see, where was Shield Wolf in chat? Where's your way to go? There you are. Whisper. Whisper, whisper. Boop. Alright, Shield Wolf, you may need to go look for your Twitch Whispers. There's a little icon that looks like a chat bubble right next to your icon in the upper right, if you're watching on desktop. And you should have a whisper from me. You may need to refresh your whispers or your Twitch to get it to work. But you should have a code for 100 DDO points. Alright, we got just a few minutes left. What else can we do? What else can we do for a few minutes? Alrighty. What can we do for a few minutes? 15 minutes to kill. We could do a run of the rares in Isle of Dread. Let's do that. Because there's no way I'm going to be able to finish the next quest in 15 minutes. So not one more quest than Delera Chain in there. There's the Return to Delera's Tomb. And there's Thrall the Necromancer. Or am I missing a quest? No, actually, we run those. Okay. Now let's go finish that. I I can stay after a little bit and to finish that last quest. Let's get back to... Let's go to the guild airship. And then I'll just bounce over to House J from there. I keep thinking there's another quest in there. Ah! At least the airship tower will put me right down where I need to go. Assuming that captain listens to me. Yeah, this is one of the things that they need to fix about Delera. Is first of all they need to level things out. So the level progression, you're not going up and then going back down. It was always such a pain in the ass during hardcore season that you had to do one of the quests in a sequence that was uncomfortably close to what you could do. And yeah, the next step is you go talk to Delera, but... Oh, wait. Gotta talk to Hargo first. Gotta scare Hargo. This is like the free elite thing. Yeah. I keep forgetting this bit. I thought there was another quest for some reason. I don't know why I thought there was another quest for some reason. Yeah. We can do the last quest. Yeah. It's gonna take a while, but we can do it. We've done the giveaways. I will have more giveaways next week on DDO stream and then here again on Monday evenings with session 8 of Let the Dice Decide. We'll figure out which character we're going to play next. Okay. Alright, we talked him into it. Let's go. They really need to clean that up. That would be nice if they could. One thing I didn't notice about that map, or that loading screen the first time, is that they did, if you go into the catacombs, you have like the catacombs is highlighted, and you go here to Delera's is highlighted. That's actually pretty cool. I didn't notice that the first few times I'd done that. And another quest chain that can also use it is Threnal. Okay, now we can go in here. And we're gonna give ourselves a challenge. We're gonna run this on hard, but since it's level 9, we'll see how my level 7 hirelings and I do. I only have 2 level 7 hirelings and a level 5 and a level 8, or level 3. Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. There was actually supposed to be another set of traps here, but because I'm running on hard, they didn't appear. And I wasn't paying attention. Okay, this one I just know you don't touch any of the levers except this one. Blech. Let's play with the traps. Okay, I don't think this one... Yeah, you can detect the trap. I don't think it actually has a trap box. Does it? No, it's... yeah. No, there's more danger in front of me. That's what I was detecting. Dun dun dun! Alright, y'all stay here. When I was talking about how I hated traps that were the trap boxes on the other side of the trap, this is what I was talking about. Because if you don't have evasion, you're kind of in trouble. Okay. Doesn't actually matter if I just take care of these traps, except I get more XP if I do. So we're gonna disable the traps. Big room, lots of fun. Boom, 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 boom. Give me your money. Ah. It's only copper pieces. We're not caring about your money. Ambush number 1. If you really want to get some spice in your diet, you can hit both push buttons at the same time. And have somebody run around and hit all of these at the same time. If you really, really want a spicy life. And if you want extra spice, you do it in Reaper on Hardcore League. On a first life character. I heard some loot drop. Where did the loot drop? That might have been it. Yoink. 'Cause I don't see any of the loot dropping. I mean, in fairness, there are some folks for whom current game is too easy for them. They're that high performing, and they've got 5 billion past lives, all of the gear, everything tricked out with raid stuff. And it's like, well, what do they do for a challenge? I mean, because obviously they don't want to gimp their character. They don't want to necessarily play a first life character. But ensemble level's like, okay, where does that line go up? Stop going up. And it's like, well, add more stuff to Reaper. And let's do this one. Reaper 10 should still be a challenge. Reaper 10 is a walk in the garden for some people. And I think that's one of the problems that, you know, with DDO in general, is the fact that there is such a wide gulf between somebody who just heard that there's a free quest code and signed up today, and somebody who's been playing for, you know, 15 plus years, who has all this stuff, and there's nothing else for them to do in the game. I don't remember what I was doing in here. Oh, killing these dudes, because we need to open that up. Oh, I agree. I mean, I don't want it to be like a level playing field. I don't want DDO to be IROC racing. If anybody remembers what IROC racing is except me. IROC racing is basically all the drivers were driving cars that were the exact same. Like, they couldn't do their own special min-maxing of the vehicles. It's basically, here's the car you're given. You have to drive. Your driver has to, you know, get through and be first and over the pole, over the line. But in that kind of situation, somebody who has all the game knowledge, even if they couldn't, everybody's playing the exact same build. Somebody with deeper game knowledge is going to do way better than somebody who doesn't know what the hell to do with what they got. I mean, that's just basics. I mean, that's just a given. I mean, even something as simple as what is my spell rotation? How do I save my spell points if I'm playing a caster? How, you know, when do I hit this particular skill when I'm melee, right? When do I do my cleave? When do I do my taunt? When do I do this? When do I do that? But you also think it's important for older players to try to lift up newer players. I agree with that too, Fofford. on some level, one of the things I think does happen is that a lot of times the veteran players don't read the room and don't realize they're like info dumping on the newer players. I'm almost out of water. There's also server biases, yeah. Yeah, stand in the doorway. Or stand above the doorway, yeah. Or stand in a doorway to block things from getting past you. Yeah, but there's just so much that can be done in the game that somebody who knows how to play the game is always going to do better than somebody who doesn't. I mean, that's just a given. Alright. Let's do the floor that's going to collapse. Aha! I caught the ledge. So I can just stand up here and do this. Let's do this all night. Yeah, I mean, we had that problem. We just had an academic conference in Florida this on Saturday, and basically what it was the attendees of the conference were placed in the role of people from the early Fourth Age of Middle Earth, like right after the movies and the main part of the books, right? And somehow, handwave how, some travelers from the end of the Fourth Age, you know, like 3,000 years later, somehow meet up with our people in the present, in the early Fourth Age, and said, well, we went through all this bad stuff. Oh, I have 19 spell points. We're going to fight this guy. Okay. We'll do it. We'll manage. And what happened was, instead of everybody playing the role of early Fourth Age people in interacting with our visitors from the future, nobody could really get into character. And people were making references to modern time, like real life things, stuff that would be out of character for somebody living in Middle Earth. And so our actors would prompt us and would repeat words that we would say. It's like, oh, refrigerator, what does that mean? I don't know what a refrigerator is. And people still didn't really pick up on what they were supposed to do. And what wound up happening is, as we were informing our visitors what happened and the task was, okay, tell people about the history of Middle Earth up until the Fourth Age. And a lot of folks were missing the point. And what they were doing is they were info dumping so much stuff onto our visitors, throwing out names and facts and dates instead of, and the whole point of the event was to show how in oral tradition, storytelling, you could have your history pass through time by telling the story of what happened. So, like, trying to tell these visitors about the creation of the world, and you get bogged down. Like, one of our sections was, okay, talk about the two trees, talk about the great exile of the Noldor. And the group that I was with spent like 25 of our 30 minutes talking about the three kindreds of the elves. Didn't even touch the rest of our topic. I mean, for a Tolkien nerd, it was good stuff. Except part of the issue was that people kept interrupting each other. There, I get that identification at least. So one person was trying to, in my case, I was the one, I finally got annoyed with it, and at the final session, I was trying to be concise and actually be like a storyteller relating the history of Middle Earth to these people. And aside from the fact that I kept getting interrupted, which is annoying, I did my best with what I could do, right? It was very much like playing a tabletop where the DM paints a picture of what this tavern looks like, and you're all the plot of of this session is to sit around and tell stories in front of the fire, and then everybody in the party notices a cute little stuffed animal in the corner and want to know all about that, and are spending all their time interacting with that and wanted to give it names and all kinds of weirdness. It wasn't like one of those cute. My grandma starting to play D&D with us, and she was playing this priest named Alara, and this dude was causing all this trouble in the city and set the village on fire or whatever. But oops, there's a trap. Now the question is, do I want to use the shrine before I go in and do the fight over? I think I will, actually. We're going to use the shrine now as opposed to afterwards, because I only have 9 spell points, and the others are also needing spell points. And so the DM gave him a choice. He could either stay and protect the village, or you can chase after the guy who set the village on fire. And like everybody else in the party, which were all, by the way, youngsters of like 6, 7, 8 years old. So the DM was like, well, you can chase after the bad guy, or... And the grandma was like, I'm staying in the village. I'm going to protect people in the village. Like, my name is Alara. I protect people. And she taught the kids a lesson that, you know, revenge doesn't do you a dang bit of good. But you should help people when you can. So Grandma knew what was up. And that's just something that comes from, you know, life lessons. You know, like, kids wouldn't necessarily think in those more nuanced terms, but a grandma would have that life experience to know what would be the right thing to do. And eventually, apparently, a couple other grandmas joined the table as well, and, you know, they had to do like a splinter group, and, you know, Alara the priest became very famous. Because she was the one who stayed home and took care of the village and made cookies for everybody, because that's what grandmas do. Because I expect that's what my grandma would have done if she'd lived past the 70s. She died fairly young. Man, I need more dang water. Alright, we did the thing. We did that. Ow! Stop it! Ha ha! You got. Flower, kick that Skelly's ass. Are all of these guys respawning? How many remmies do I have? 126. That's actually not bad. That'll be my first roll next month. And of course here the trick is to focus fire on this guy. As much as you might want to fight everybody else, fight him and everybody else will die. But the trick is you gotta stay alive enough to kill him. I got him. And see, everybody go bye-bye. And then I lost like half the hires. Oh, you know, it kinda doesn't. Alrighty. Let us unlock a few things. Open sesame. Warrior's boots of Featherfall. Hey. Unlock you too. Okay, cause I turned while I was trying to do. Deathblock Belt of Balance with MC on it, so that balance will be +1. Nice. And nothing from the main chest. Go figure. Alright, let's go get our voice of the master. And then we are almost halfway through our last rank to get level 8, which is nice. I will take that. Thank you very much. Oh man, look at all this crap. Alright, yoink. Okay, so we are done for the evening. So next week we'll roll again and see what we get to play, and we'll pick up where we left off on that other character. Alright, thank y'all for hanging out, sticking around. I'm sure there's some people playing DDO right now. There. Yeah, there's some people. I think Nimvind was raiding, and I think he raided Kaz. And as every single time I look in the DDO category, there's at least one stream of somebody playing actual DDO or Dungeons and Dragons, and there's 2 of them. So if you're going to want to watch some more DDO, go to the category, find something you want to watch. I'm making no endorsements. You do what you want to do. I am, however, going to chill out. And I'm going to do a little inventory management on this character and then set him aside. I'll use his enhancement point. And I'll leave it for you. So y'all be good. If you can't be good, be good at it. I will talk to you all hopefully in a future stream soon. Alright? Bye now.